Okay, Jordan, preseason is over. You guys get bus ride 8 or 9 hours, I think Debbie said, tomorrow. So you're going to have movies and all sorts of other stuff to keep you guys going down the road to Alabama. But senior interviews continue, and we're going to get a chance to talk to Jordan McArdle. You know, in trying to research questions, I saw that you're from Crosby. That's not far from where I was raised. I was raised just north of the airport there. For those of you that don't know, Crosby's in sort of northeastern Houston, right? But does it, even though it's close to Houston, does Crosby still have a little bit of a small town feel?
Oh, absolutely. Crosby it's small, but it's big at the same time. It's small enough where you know everyone, but it's big enough where if you want to step away, you can. So it's nice, but you're still basically in Houston, but you're not at all. It feels very different.
It's kind of south of Atascocita and Huffman that are kind of bigger, booming areas than I think Crosby is. But, you know, you were, by pretty much all accounts, standout at Tyler Junior College before you came here. In fact, in 2013, second-team All-American. What's different? What are the things that you would tell a JUCO transfer to a D1 program in the 2 years you've been here? What's the biggest difference between what you saw in D1 volleyball here and what you experienced in Tyler?
The biggest difference for me was just a different type of game. At Tyler, it was very high level. I'm not ever going to say that it was not. You had to work hard just like you have to work hard here every single day. And the transition was just getting a different feel for the game. It's a lot faster, but our game is like you slow it down, you make it more like the basics, and you work on like things that are very disciplined, and then somehow the game is still a lot faster. It's very hard to explain, but it is definitely a different experience, but the intensity level was very much the same.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, you came in the spring before last year, and a couple of your teammates did that. When you look back on the spring before last year, was the main benefit volleyball, or was the main benefit sort of dovetailing with teammates?
Both. It was a benefit being here, obviously, to play volleyball, but my teammates made it very beneficial as well. Like, they made it, I don't know.
Kind of gave you a chance to kind of get all the social side of getting with the team done before that?
Oh, absolutely. I understand now. Yes, I came in the spring for volleyball. Debbie asked me to come and train with the team, which was very beneficial for me because I started learning game plans. I got a feel of how team chemistry was going to be. I was able to really prepare myself for how things were going to be in the fall. So it was a little bit of an advantage for the newcomers coming in. They had to come in the summer. I got to come a semester early, and that was for volleyball, yes.
Yeah. And everybody that spring that you came, it seems like you got acclimated to the team really fast, because every time I would talk to people, they'd be, well, Jordan this and Jordan that, and you met Jordan. I'm like, Jordan's like, I haven't. So it seems like you had a really good benefit with just getting in and getting to know teammates well before fall practice began.
Absolutely. The teammates were extremely welcoming, and it's just great to be able to step into a program and feel extremely comfortable, and that's what they made me do, and I love it here. So
I want to ask you about something. I'm going to actually read you something and kind of get your feedback. Role is important on a club, and some of the viewers may know the name Herm Edwards. He's an ESPN NFL analyst, and he's a former pro football coach. And recently, he was a commentator for the Little League World Series, and there was a big brouhaha about some kids get to play, some kids don't get to play, and he said this. He said, just because you're part of a team doesn't mean you get to play. That doesn't mean you have to play. That's how it goes. That's not how you learn about yourself, and that's really important. There's 53 guys on a football team. Everyone doesn't get to play as much as the next guy. That's okay. That's part of it. You are a valuable person on the team regardless of whether you play 1 inning, 2 innings, 3 innings. And then at the end he says, be the best player you can be. Some players are not going to play as much. It's about team and understanding your role, and that's what sports brings to you. Is that you agree with that kind of as a role player?
100%. I agree with that. I played In high school, I played at JUCO. I came here. I didn't play as much, but my role on the team was still extremely important in our success. And I've taken that in. And at first, it's kind of a different feel, and you don't really understand how important it can be because I'm used to being on the court. I'm used to making plays. I come here, I'm not on the court. I'm not making plays, but I'm making plays on the sidelines by being there for my teammates. I am encouraging them. I'm pushing them in practice every day. I work hard. They work hard. It just overall benefits everybody. Like, regardless if you're playing or not, you are 100% a huge role on the team.
Completely. Totally agree with that. Last year, we had senior Les Jackson, who is in a similar situation. Les and I actually co-coached a little 7- and 8-year-old beginner league team together. And some of those girls would come to y'all's matches. And then we'd go to kid practice, and they'd say to me, Greg, why doesn't Les is so good. Why doesn't she play? And it gave us a chance to teach young kids about team concept. What would you say? You're on the leadership team here. I've seen you guys in these meetings after practice. Not all the new players are going to get to play as much. How can you mentor the freshmen, some of which will play regularly, some of which won't?
I would just say, like, continue to work hard, and it's all about experience at this level. It's about being comfortable on the court, and it's a very intimidating thing to be on at first whenever you're coming up to a very intense level of volleyball. I mean, this is Division I. It's going to be hard to adjust and acclimate to that type of aura, I guess you could say, and just continue to work hard and work on your confidence, and you're going to get there, basically, and just keep pushing. So
I've asked all the seniors about their leadership style. We have some. Tori's not a big yeller, screamer. OJ, we just talked to her. I can pick OJ's voice out of the whole gym. You're pretty vocal. You're pretty loud. I mean, is that your natural personality? Is that who you are off the court as well? Sort of somebody who's effervescent, kind of outgoing and loud and outgoing?
I think I'm a pretty outgoing person off of the court, and on the court it definitely carries over. I communicate extremely loud, and I think that helps the team, and I have a lot of energy all the time, and that's off the court as well, so yes.
Something that SFA Volleyball has done for as long as I can remember, and I mean, I'm getting older, so my has always been a chant coming onto the floor at home games, banging on to something metal, the whole I've got a feeling thing. I noticed at, I believe, both the scrimmages that you led that, coming out onto the floor. Is that something you consciously decided to do? Were you appointed to do that? Were you just front of the line? Or how did that is that just fall into that?
I didn't realize that I was, but now that you say something, I am. Well, we just kind of come out of the locker room and people are banging on doors. I'm like, hey, I want to go bang on the door too. So that just kind of brings me up to the front, I guess, the tunnel that we run out of because we run out of doors. So I just had to come to the front and bang on the doors with OJ and then run out first, I guess. I didn't plan it, but I guess that's how it looked.
At the second scrimmage, and some people that are watching this may have been there, they may not have been. At the second scrimmage, the team played pretty much a lead team versus a challenge team. I felt like, and I'm not saying this just because you're sitting here, I felt like you were definitively the best player on the challenge team at that game. And you're going up against the best two blockers. You're going up against OJ on the back row. Just playing against this level of girls in practice each day give you confidence that when your number's called, that you've already gone against the best. So you've got confidence to go out there and play against anybody when your name gets called.
Absolutely. We didn't win conference for no reason. Like, we have the best 6 people out on the court. We have a system and it works, and if I can go up and play well against our best 6 players at that time, then I'm confident in my abilities, but I'm also very humble. Thank you for saying that. But I just know that what we're capable of whenever we're on is just out of the gym, and that's really exciting. And if I can go and work hard and push my teammates to do good things, then I'm going to be better as well. So, yeah, I like being on the challenge side.
And she's got the ring to show for it, as do all the girls. We get started again tomorrow. Bus ride to Auburn. They'll play Auburn. We'll be right back here. Make sure fans on September the 4th. We host our own tournament. Make sure you're here. Jordan McArdle, part of the senior group that's going to be leadership. Hopefully you've got a ring for the other hand when we're all done. Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.